It's his birthday.
Yes, what is that?
Okay.
I know. Hello, D. Martez here. Welcome. It's Monday, July 22nd, 2013. This is D. Martez Presents CoEds, and I'm here with Shanna and Brian. We are the CoEds. Angela is still out. Angela is actually in the midst of
The Wiz.
The Wiz, right.
Yes.
New Venture Theater, local community theater right here in Baton Rouge, running The Wiz. It starts up again on Thursday, which is the 25th, and runs until Sunday. So check it out. Tickets are $20 at the Independence Park Theater right here in Baton Rouge. So if this is your first time watching D. Martez Presents CoEds, we give you the latest in entertainment news. I want to first apologize for the inconvenience of the site. Yeah, dmartez.com was down for maintenance, and I'm not going to say who the hosting provider is of the site because I don't want to get sued, but they think they have everything worked out, so we should be back. So you can get all your latest entertainment news from dmartez.com, and welcome to CoEd. So here's what we have for you today. A lot has happened.
Yes.
The Trayvon Martin verdict, okay? We're just going to say how we feel about it. I mean, you must be living under a rock if you don't know what the verdict is. Right. But we're not going to dwell on that. But here's some entertainment news. Okay, 2 African Americans made Forbes' top paid actors list. So we'll tell you who those are. Jay-Z's app is under federal investigation. I'll tell you about that. Also, Charles Ramsey says he's not homeless. Remember, that's the man that freed the girls in Ohio.
Oh.
Yeah. And Kevin Hart's ex-wife gives the lowdown on divorcing Kevin Hart. And last but not least, Tia and Tamera. Well, Tamera announced that she was 29 when she lost her virginity. And we'll talk more about that. Yeah, that's nice, huh? Okay, but first, before we go there, Shanna, you have some big news for us, don't you?
Yes, I do. The Miss Louisiana USA organization actually bestowed upon me the significant honor of representing my city, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, as Miss Capital City USA in this fall's Miss Louisiana USA pageant. So I will be competing for the opportunity to represent my great state at the Miss USA pageant next summer.
That is awesome. So
yes.
We're just really excited.
We're very excited.
Yes.
Brian actually is assisting me with all of my pageant coaching, and I have wonderful sponsors, and we'll be giving you, the audience, all of that information soon.
Awesome, awesome.
Yes.
So she's really gone with the win. Fabulous.
That's so funny. Isn't it a coincidence that Kenya is also Miss USA?
That is very funny. And if you don't know, these two were in the video spoof,
Yes.
Kenya's video, Gone with the Wind. Fabulous. So
Yes.
they're like celebrities. I'm surrounded by greatness.
God is good.
Yes, he is. So, celebrity birthday. Selena Gomez's birthday is today. Actor David Spade, Danny Glover, Alex Trebek, Keith Sweat. Keith is actually 52 years old today.
I wonder if he knows how to sing.
And George Clinton, you know, Atomic Dog. Wow, 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 yippee-yo, yippee-yay.
Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the...
Okay. Tomorrow, Tuesday, July 23rd, Marlon Wayans' birthday, Woody Harrelson, Michelle Williams.
Who's
from
that?
From Destiny's Child. You know, I love Michelle. Tomorrow's Michelle's birthday.
After all of the darkness and sadness.
And Miss Suck 'em Up herself, Monica Lewinsky's birthday is on tomorrow. Okay, so two African Americans made the top 10 list of Forbes magazine annual list of highest paid actors. So can you guess who it is? Can you guess? 2 African American actors.
I know that Samuel L. Jackson is probably one.
Shannon?
I'm not sure.
Samuel L. He does so many movies.
Yes, he does.
Believe it or not, no. Denzel Washington, number 9 spot, and the 5th spot goes to The Rock. Can you believe that?
Well,
yeah.
The Rock has done 72 movies this year.
He earned $46 million this year, so he's number 5. Yeah. Now, Denzel is number 9. He has a movie coming out August the 2nd with Mark Wahlberg. That movie is Two Guns. So, yeah, Denzel and
that makes sense.
Rock. It makes sense.
They've done a lot of work this year.
Yes. The number 1 paid actor is Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
okay.
He's brilliant.
Yeah. So, Jay-Z under fire for app investigation. Okay, so you know Samsung and Jay-Z joined forces, and Jay-Z struck a unique $20 million business deal with them that included the purchasing of 1 million digital copies of Jay-Z's CD, which you say is awesome, right, Brian?
Yes, it really is.
Okay, well, the Samsung Galaxy users, they were able to download a free copy of the album. Well, concerns of their personal information have arose because a number of complaints came in, and they were saying that they had to log in into their social media accounts and give, private stuff about themselves before they could download the album. Samsung said that we are aware of the complaint filed with the FTC and believe it is baseless. So what do we think about that?
Honestly, if if I'm downloading the app and I see that I have to give my private information, I just decide not to download it.
Right. But I mean, what can you really get online or do on your phone now that doesn't require at least like your Facebook or your Twitter? Like, you're gonna have to put in something.
But you know that anytime Jay-Z or any of the African American people that are successful, it always has to be something crazy.
Right, so privacy concerns. So Jay-Z, keep it going. Now, before we continue,
he also sold 500,000 in the debut of the album the first week.
Which in today's day and time with the struggling music industry is unheard of.
That was just adding to the 1 million though, so
right.
He was platinum before it even came out.
Isn't that something? More about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now, the whole thing with the Trayvon Martin. First, we just want to say prayers to the Martin family.
Definitely.
The verdict, George Zimmerman was found not guilty. I think I speak for Shanna and Brian when I say that we were devastated when we heard the verdict, and we do not agree with it. Am I right in saying that?
Very
Shanna?
Right.
It's a very touchy situation because I personally feel that the jury was their hands were tied, and they can only operate based on the rules and regulations that they were given. So I personally feel that socially, morally, it was an injustice, but legally, due to the set of the rules and regulations that they were given, I just feel like their hands were tied.
And just the evidence that was.
I disagree. When I feel like it was a lot of.
And let me add before you continue. I will say that I did not follow it step by step as much as I should have, before giving an educated opinion on it. So, because I'm busy studying right now, but from the information that I have gathered, that's pretty much where my perspective is coming from.
Okay, great. Yeah, but I feel like when it just comes to the simple word guilty, not guilty, and I'm not going to talk much on it because it really has bothered me. I just would like to know, he killed the guy. He killed Trayvon Martin. I said the guy. He killed him, so he's guilty of killing him. I just feel like it's simple as that. Now, with the other things, I do understand that it was a lack of evidence on the prosecution side, and I feel, that really hurt the case. And I honestly feel like the entire prosecution was weak. But I do just feel that something has to be done about somebody losing their life like that.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I think the President Obama is getting involved, and
I think he's doing a really good job as well.
The bottom line is the entire situation is very unfortunate, and Trayvon Martin is no longer here with us. And his family has suffered an immense loss, and my prayers go to them.
Yeah,
exactly.
What I will say is, though, before we stop talking about it, and I know that people may be upset with me for saying this, but I will say this. I have grown to a point where I have begun to look at things from two different sides.
Right.
And I want people to pay attention to this because this is very rare for me to say, but I will say that if, in thinking in George Zimmerman's realm, I feel like he was honestly trying to protect himself and protect the neighborhood. I was aware that there was a lot of break-ins that had happened, and I think that he was just simply trying to protect. I feel like that was his motive, but it just ended up being wrong, especially when he realized what kind of guy it was, and then he did too much. But I do know I don't feel like he was just, because I feel like if he wanted to go and be deliberately racist or something, then he could have just picked any venue or any opportunity to do something like that. So I do feel like he had the
good intent
to protect his family and protect his neighborhood. I do feel like that.
And I also feel that the motive is birthed from a negative stereotype of African Americans.
And that African Americans perpetuate.
Right. Okay, so we're moving on. So Charles Ramsey, remember Charles Ramsey, the guy that saved the 3 women in Ohio? They were held captive. Well, Charles Ramsey says that he may be broke, but he's technically not homeless. Now, Ramsey is currently staying with friends and family until he can find his own place. There were reports saying that he earned $50,000 in 2 months, but he's saying that's not true. He claims he only made about $18,000, from his notoriety.
Right.
The Daily Mail, an entertainment news gossip site, reported that Ramsey was homeless. He calls this story BS. Ramsey attempts that he did accept private donations from people showing their appreciation for his role in releasing the young ladies. Now, what's interesting, he had a job, but he lost his job because people kept coming into his job trying to shake his hand like, thanks, man, great job. His manager got mad and they fired him.
He should go to the police department. He should become a policeman.
Yeah, since he likes saving people, exactly.
Captain Save 'em.
Right. So, Kevin Hart's ex gives the lowdown on divorcing Kevin Hart. No. Kevin Hart's ex-wife, her name is Torrei Hart.
We don't know you.
Right. Had some things to say about her divorce from funny man Kevin Hart. Now, hip-hop Hollywood caught up with Torrei at the R&B Divas LA premiere, and according to her, Kevin and her, and I quote, "were still good friends." She goes on to say there was tension, but her and Kevin were never enemies. We never got to that level, ever. She did say that she thought Kevin's latest stand-up film, Let Me Explain, was absolutely hilarious. So, good sport seems to be,
She getting enough money from him.
Exactly. Now, recently, Tamera, Tia and Tamera, the 2 twins, sister in the game. Well, Tamera announced that she was 29 before she lost her virginity. Okay, so she's only had sex with one person, her current husband. Right, they had sex, and then they waited 3 years later, and they got married, and they had sex again. So here's the question. Do you think, number one, we applaud
yes, I
Tamera,
think that's beautiful.
yeah, for being
beautiful.
29.
Do we?
You don't?
I don't know about applauding. I think that
here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing with that. Do you think that you should actually wait until you get married to have sex with someone, or should you test the waters first to make sure that this is the sex that you want to have forever, ever?
Right.
So what do we think? Because, according to the Bible, what we've been raised, you're not supposed to have sex before you're married. Do we agree that you should test the waters first just to see? Brian?
Hell yeah. There's no way that I'm going to marry somebody without having sex with them first.
Okay.
You'll never have me out here looking crazy.
Right.
Because just as fast as we got married, if the sex is not good, we'll be even faster at a divorce. I don't believe in being in a relationship without no good sex.
Yeah, because, as far as statistics, money and sex are the main reasons that people get a divorce.
Or that people get killed.
So, Shanna, what do you think?
I personally feel that it's an individual choice.
Mm-hmm.
My faith teaches me that you should wait until you get married. What I will say is I do acknowledge the fact that sex is a very important aspect of a marriage, and there is such a thing as sexual compatibility.
Right.
So although I wouldn't sign off or endorse on sex before marriage, but what I will say is it probably would be fair to look under the hood before you purchase the car.
Indeed.
They look under the. I like that. Look under the hood before you purchase the car.
Check that oil.
Check that out.
And the paper,
dipstick.
see what the title looks like, you know, STDs and
That's right.
Yeah.
Take that dipstick.
Yeah, 'cause could you-
pull it out.
Okay.
Look at it.
Wow. But seriously, could you imagine, like, you wait, like, you know, this is your big wedding, you have the wedding, you go on the honeymoon, you know, you're in bed, you're excited,
And
you're
it's dry
crying.
as the Sahara Desert.
Right, and you...
You know, that's where I understand exactly where you guys are coming from. I do. But that is where communication comes into play. I mean, no one is fully sexually compatible when you first, you know, become intimate with one another. You have to kind of explore what you like. You know, what you two may like together may be different what you like with another young lady. You know, and
the thing about it is there are some people who are talented enough to just be compatible with anybody. So I feel like, and you have some people who aren't, who can only be compatible with one type of person, and you may not be that type of person.
But
so if you're going to marry somebody and they got a baby wee, then what you gonna do?
I look under the hood before I I didn't say test drive the car, but look under the hood and see how the engine runs.
Okay,
and
got
what
a
kind of
V,
heavy engine,
a
something.
V2. V6.
And I'm not talking about the vegetable juice.
Okay. Well, on that note, that wraps up today's edition of CoEds. Remember to visit dmartez.com each and every day for the latest in entertainment news. Hopefully the site is working fine. I checked it and everything is working fine. I do, again, apologize for the inconvenience. You can find CoEds every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on dmartez.com or on the YouTube channel. All right, so that's a wrap. Brian is tickled. If you're in Baton Rouge, remember to go out and check out The Wiz, New Venture Theater's production of The Wiz. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Angela, we miss you.
Hi, Grandma.
Okay. This has been D. Martez Presents
CoEds.